Long Island, New York isn't just quaint suburbs and the Hamptons. There is a frightening underworld of gang violence there. Organized criminals preying on young people. In fact, an alleged member of MS-13 was just extradited from North Carolina to New York after being on the run for more than a year. Josue Zepeda Padilla is accused of kidnapping, stabbing, and leaving a 15-year-old unconscious in an abandoned building. He tried to escape arrest last month by climbing through his apartment's attic space, only to drop through his neighbor's ceiling. It's one unannounced visit I'm sure that they won't forget. Zepeda Padilla was also part of the so-called Huntington clique involved in the crime, with the rest of them, including a minor, arrested last year. Now, this case highlights how the violent gang, which is said to have 10,000 members across the country, specifically targets kids for recruitment. NewsNation's Laura Ingle went out to Long Island to talk to the Suffolk County DA, and here's what she found.
The MS-13 is probably the most unique gang in that their purpose is to be the biggest, baddest gang in the world. With the MS-13, the violence is because they want to be known as the biggest gang and the most violent gang.
That violence brought on by MS-13 has left a deep mark in Suffolk County on New York's Long Island, where District Attorney Ray Tierney has led the prosecution of dozens of violent MS-13 cases when he was a federal prosecutor in the Eastern District.
In total, I investigated and prosecuted approximately 67 murders that occurred on Long Island, which were alleged to have been committed by the MS-13.
Among the most well-known cases, two high school girls, Kayla Cuevas and Nisa Mickens, murdered in Brentwood, and another case involving a brutal gang attack in Central Islip. A young mother and her 2-year-old son killed execution style. It was this virtual explosion of murders out here on Long Island. Now you factor in all of these gang murders. It's extremely concerning. Also concerning is where MS-13 gang members are looking for new recruits.
They're going into the schools and they're recruiting the kids. They will try to recruit young gang members, and they will start to try to enforce those rules that we've spoke about, at the earliest opportunity and unfortunately, we see with the MS-13, really the drivers of violence in the gang are their youngest members.
What's the average age of an MS-13 gang member on Long Island?
It's usually 12, 13 years old that they first begin their MS-13 career.
And more recently, a 15-year-old kidnapped from a train station and taken to the abandoned Pilgrim State Psychiatric Center, where he was beaten, stabbed, and left for dead after a gang assault.
7 individuals or so were indicted, and then one individual, he fled from justice here in Suffolk County, and working with our federal partners, we located him.
The younger the recruit, the more extreme the violence. Prosecutors say MS-13 orders its members to kill in the most ruthless ways possible, often to prove loyalty.
They are completely vicious in their pursuit to try to kill that person, using guns, knives, clubs. The footprint of the MS-13 is always larger than those individuals who are actually charged. The gangs aren't as open and notorious, they're more clandestine, and it's a lot more difficult for law enforcement to figure out exactly who the memberships are and who they are affiliating with. I don't think you could ever eradicate the MS-13 or any gang, but the hope is to control them and to let the members know that if you commit a crime in a particular jurisdiction, you're going to be held responsible.
A fight that's personal for Tierney, born and raised in Suffolk County, who now leads the charge to protect it from one of the world's most violent gangs.
Joins me on set. I'm shocked by something he said, that not only are they recruiting kids as young as 12 and 13, but that the most violent gang members are the youngest?
That's right, because it's part of the initiation. And that's what we learned in talking to Suffolk County DA Ray Tierney. And he talked about how they're going into schools looking for these young kids, and they're looking for kids with, no strong family ties, right? People that don't have fathers at home, people that have been bullied at school, where these gang members will go in and say, we see that you're being bullied by these people.
Who are isolated.
Come to us, who are isolated. We've heard this story over and over again with child predators. Same sort sort of thing that's going on here with the MS-13 recruitment. And I was shocked as well. 12 years old, and in El Salvador, they said 10 years old. So they get these really young kids to join the gang very early and get out on the streets and do those initiations.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.